Boxing fans, we continue our action with 10 rounds for the WBC Junior Welterweight title. Our judges overseeing this bout, Frank Lombardi, John McKay, Tony Paolillo, and our referee, Gary Rosado. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He comes to us tonight from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He weighed in at 146 pounds, black and gold trunks. Professional record, an excellent 12 victories, only 2 defeats, 1 draw, and 5 wins by knockout. Please welcome Josh the Pitbull Torres. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He comes to us tonight from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. He also weighed in at 146 pounds, black, red, and white trunks. Professional record, 16 victories, no defeats, 9 wins by knockout. Please welcome Arthur Dusty Harrison. Our referee, Gary Rosado, has our fighters' final instructions.
Mouthpiece. Okay, gentlemen, I gave you specific detailed instructions in the locker room. I'm only going to tell you 2 things. Protect yourselves at all times, and most importantly, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, bang at the bell, do it up.
10 rounds for the WBC Youth Welterweight title.
Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres teeing it up for the WBC Welterweight Youth title here in Madison Square Garden Theater. A couple guys with good records, 17-0 for Harrison and 12-2-1 for Torres.
I'll see a lot of Dusty Harrison being nice, tall, reach, using his reach to an advantage. Very, 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 very important.
Go, get your arm out, get your arm out.
Right hand gets in there by Torres. He'll try to slip inside the jab.
Yeah, right now they're just filling each other out. Harrison's trying to keep on the outside of the jab, which is a very smart tactic. Torres trying to get on the inside where he's most effective.
Harrison just 19 years old. Torres is 23.
You know, sometimes age works for you or works against you. It depends on how extensive your amateur career was. You know, so even though he's 19, he could be actually a 25-year-old if he has somewhat about 300 amateur fights.
And the reason for these guys, the numbers are important, is for the youth title for the WBC, usually it cuts off at age 23, which is exactly where Torres is. And the idea is they give the guys something to keep shooting for on the way up. Like maybe there's not a title yet, but here's something that gives you a place to stop off, hold some kind of a belt, and keep your momentum.
Yeah, it's almost like a state title, but a little bit bigger than a state title, which gets you motivated to win the world title. You know,
Push his head down,
Little, you know, you got an inch to get there. You don't take leaps and bounds. You just take this title, and then you have the WBC Intercontinental, and then you have the world or the silver. So steps.
And you can see it if you're 19 years old and you're looking out there saying, oh my goodness, how am I going to get over all these names for a world championship? Well, you take your time.
Exactly. That's what this is good for. It gives them experience of being in a ring for a belt. It's only 10 rounds. Majority of world title belts are 12 rounds. So it's a 10-round fight. So Dusty gets a chance to take a look at what he can do at this level.
You got 10.
Final seconds of the opening round. Harris and Torres. Harrison Torres.
rounds. I know you can. Let's go. Down the middle. 5 times. Come on.
Throw that jab right. He's going to move
Round number 2. Round 2. Right hand, Josh. Come on.
It's out.
Here, look at Torres' right hand lands right through the gloves of Dustin. So Dustin right now is reaching back, and that's how he got hit with the shots. The rule in boxing, you never pull straight back in the line. But there was a counter, as you can see, on Torres.
Okay, second round. Dusty Harrison, 17-0 from Washington, D.C., the tall fighter on the left of your screen. And Josh Torres from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He is 12-2-1.
The one thing that Torres does lack a little bit of is punching power. If you look at his record, he's got 15 pro fights, only 5 knockouts. So obviously punching power is not one of his better options that he has. It's just pressure for him. He's a pit bull, so he wants to stay on top of you and wear you down.
He has been 8 rounds one time. That's his longest. Couple of wins. And Harrison, his longest is 6. And they're scheduled for 10. We'll see if that becomes a factor.
The major thing that's got to happen here is that if Torres wants to get inside, he's got to pop a jab and slide in behind the jab. He's just walking in, okay? And Harrison is just teeing off on him as he walks in. Like right there. He's making Harrison's job a lot easier by just walking in with no punch behind it. That's where you get inside. You got to throw a punch. So he just did it. He just walked straight in, expecting to land a punch. It's not going to happen.
You become predictable.
Exactly. Now that they're predictable, you get hit with a punch. There you go, right there. Dusty Harrison lands his combination.
Good left hook by Harrison.
Harrison is boxing very, very well. He's sticking and moving, throwing a combination. This fight is not based upon pretty much what Harrison's doing. It's pretty much based upon what Josh Torres is not doing. He's not getting inside by coming with a jab first. Okay? It's easy to say get inside. There's a system behind it. You pop a jab, and your feet step right behind your jab, and that's how you get there.
And we're going to talk about that more later on. But for now, what do you think about this change that Harrison has in going southpaw?
Really good until he got caught with a punch, and he went back to right hand.
You know, it's interesting that guys will do that while they're in the middle of some very good action for themselves one way, and then they'll go lefty.
Well, I can't complain because I'm known for switching. I knocked out Smoke down righty than lefty. I do it just to confuse our opponents, okay? When you step righty, the opponent gets used to punch coming at a certain angle. When you switch righty or lefty, which one your dominant is, they're confused.
Watch out, watch out,
It works
watch out.
if you
Talk a
get
little
hit.
bit more about that as we go along, too. As the final seconds of round 2 will tick off here.
Jab. I don't want to see that again.
Actually, right here, Dustin Harrison hit the body shot, key mark, then come up to the top. As he had Torres trying to slide in. Okay, there's an elbow, which is very illegal in boxing. Okay, and definitely Torres complained about it. But if you can't hit him with your fist, hit him with an elbow.
We start round 3, Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres for the WBC Youth Welterweight title. 17-0 for Harrison, 12-2-1 for Torres. Now, what about that elbow? I mean, you know, we see it at slow speed.
Let him go, punch out.
The referee didn't
Punch
catch
out,
that.
punch out.
Well, he didn't catch it, you know, in the heat of action. Sometimes you can slip an illegal elbow. It's illegal. There's nothing legal about it. He landed it flagrantly, and Torres let him know that he was mistreated. So he complained to the referee. They didn't do much, but hey, you got the action stop.
But here is Torres trying to pressure Harrison a little bit.
Yeah, see, the rule you said it right, pressure. But pressure's only good if you got something coming off the pressure. You got to pop a jab, slide behind your feet, move your head. That's how you get inside. Make him miss and make him pay. He is not doing that against Harrison. Torres is laying outside. If you lay outside a lanky guy like Dusty Harrison, he's going to pick you apart, and that's exactly what he's doing.
We see some guys can get inside, and some guys can never get inside when they're going against guys with a bigger reach. What is the hard part about about making a miss? What is the key to getting inside?
The key is very simple. You got to begin with a jab, back to the basics. You pop a jab, and your feet slide behind the jab. Before your opponent realizes where you're at, because if the jab blinds him, you're right in front of him. So the key is to get inside his jab. Now, if his corner is telling Jose Torres, go inside without no instruction, it's never going to work. And you got to move your head, by the way.
No punches, step back.
That doesn't hurt.
The bob and weave part of that.
Yeah, move your head, but slide your feet behind your jab. If right now Torres pops a jab and slides his feet, he can get inside. As long as he stands on the outside, he'll never get on the inside.
So you slide your feet toward the target.
As you're throwing your jab at the same time. It's a basic move, a real education in the beginning of boxing, but I don't think Torres has learned it, and he's not doing it in the show.
And you would think if a guy's not really schooled at that sliding of the feet behind the jab, he can walk right into an uppercut.
Yeah, well, one thing about Torres, he's right there for the head. And as you can see, Harrison's going to land a straight right hand all day because he's walking straight in. I see a little tiny nick on the right eye of Dusty Harrison right now.
Yes, and that's coming at the corner of his eye. Not immediate danger, but it's a nuisance at the very least. We've got a long way to go on this one as we're coming to the end of round 3.
Punch in the back. Break. Step back. Time.
Yeah, yes, yeah, you can go more. I know you can. I know, he's tough. Hey, get him on the ropes. Rough him up a little bit. Hey, look at me. You're standing right in front of him at his range. Don't do that. Hey, get in or get on him.
Move behind and work off his jabs. Some of them are quick, 3 jabs, go to sides of the tempo. Stay off the rope, all right? Right there. How you doing, all right? That's a punch.
Here you take a look at a straight right hand, right on the chin, bang.
Cut on his right eye. Punch.
Straight right hand.
Like it's out.
And as we start round 4, scheduled for 10, Dusty Harrison, the taller fighter, has a cut outside his right eye. And it was officially ruled between rounds, as we suspected, that it's from a punch and not a butt. So therefore, Harrison has a uphill battle if that continues.
It could be a disadvantage for him or an advantage for Harrison. If Harrison knows how to control the cut by not letting Jose Torres get closer and reopen it, it won't be a problem. But if he allows Torres to climb inside, it could be an issue for him.
Now, what's his best way to protect? That's his right eye. What's his best way to protect that?
He's got to utilize his jab. Everything comes off a jab. He's got to throw a jab. Right now, he's letting Torres just walk in. That's a bad mistake for that cut.
Oh, stop. Don't turn around.
The best thing to do is keep his right hand up high, protect that side of his face, and pop a jab. Consistent jab. Right there's your jab. Right there. Right there should be jabbing, but it's not.
And nothing is going to make that jab more honest than if you get cut.
Yeah, but you can't panic. The whole thing in boxing is not to panic.
Punch out.
Everything that comes in the boxing match is adversity. You overcome adversity by knowing what to do.
He's saying you almost have to expect adversity going in.
Exactly. Things change in a fight. One thing about a fight, as you can see now, Torres is changing constantly. He's allowed to get inside. He's being effective this round. Harrison is not leaving him on the outside. He's letting him slide in. Very dangerous for Harrison to do what he's doing right now.
Watch the heads, watch your head. Break, break. Watch your heads coming in. Watch your heads, watch your heads. Back up.
There he goes. Harrison just got caught, okay, with a straight right hand and a hook. He's allowing Torres to get on the inside, land his combinations. There go a body shot, there go a head shot.
Push off.
Wrong place for Harrison to be right now.
And you can tell the confidence coming over Torres.
The more he lands, the more effective he is, the more he knows he's winning the round.
Good right hand by Torres sneaking through. Then the leaping left hook comes up a little short.
I give Torres a lot of credit. He's taken Harrison's punches pretty well with 17-0 with 10 knockouts. And I give him credit. He walked right into a punch that didn't even phase him.
In fact, Torres is fancying himself as the slugger right now as we come to the final moments of round 4.
You'll knock this guy out. I promise you. Hey, stay on his ass.
He's not letting you get on his side. He'll hug you. You notice? Feint him.
Wait, hey.
Feint him. See what he's gonna do. Throw.
He's gonna hug you. Put your hands down here so you can dig the body on him.
This is round
How do you
number
feel?
5.
Okay,
Round 5.
Josh, I'm telling you now.
Keep your composure, all right? Nothing on the ref. Stay off.
Let's go, everybody out.
We head into round 5, Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres, in the kind of fight we expected. Two guys with good records vying for the WBC welterweight youth title. Harrison is 17-0 and Torres 12-2-1.
Me, of course, I got it scored unofficially, of course, and I think it's right now Dusty Harrison winning the fight by 2 points, 39-37. I'm slowly seeing Torres creep back into this fight. The last round I gave it to Torres because Harrison's not keeping on the outside. He's boxing well, but he doesn't know how to stop Torres from advancing.
And what's interesting too is round 3 was very close. So if that went the other way, then this fight's dead even.
Exactly.
Harrison definitely came out strong the first 2 rounds. So it's a matter of when do they think that Torres started to change some momentum.
Right.
You know what they say, if you don't work going to the head, go to the body. Harrison's not going downstairs on Torres when he's on the inside. He's allowing Torres to advance. Torres doing a very good job advancing, moving his head a little bit. He's not coming off a jab, but he's advancing.
Punch out, punch out, punch out. Come on, punch out.
Almost a nasty clash of heads there. And there's a good left hook by Harrison.
Watch your heads.
Torres is now taking advantage of opportunity. Harrison's let him on the inside. He's taking advantage of it. That's exactly what he's supposed to do.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads.
On the inside, it's all Torres fight. On the outside, it's all Harrison. Harrison's not fighting his game plan.
Back of the head.
Now you see his feet don't look planted. Harrison, he's shuffling.
He's getting the better exchanges now on the inside. He's starting to punch faster, so he's getting off his shots. Now Torres is on the outside now, slowing down. He's landing some of his best shots. It's a matter of nutrition now. Who can endure the pounding? As I said before, I went to a boxing match, right? And it turned into a fight.
Yep. A fight broke out.
Yeah, a fight broke out. That's what's happening here.
Now, in theory, If you're Torres, you would say that that favors you because the other guy's not able to dictate everything from the outside. But Harrison has also held his own on the inside at times.
Yeah, I think what happened here was Harrison hit him with his best shot, and Torres kept coming. It's like an alley fight, you know what I mean?
You got 10, you got 10. Punch it after the bell.
You hear me? That was a good round. What you showed me is you could sit there and lock up with some ice on my top of my head. See, ice on top of my head. He wants a little bit ice on the top of his head. How about water? We spit in that bucket. That better? You want a little bit more? Okay. All you next? No. Hold on, hold on. That was a good round. Just shows you that you can hang with him if you have to, but I don't want to, all right? He's getting more tired now. We will close it out like that. You'll lock right up with him. No, not at all. Good. So, wrapping up, we're kind of landing.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Seconds out.
We start round 6, scheduled for 10. Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres for the WBC welterweight youth title. Dave Bontempo and Kevin Kelly with you. And this has been a good back and forth affair.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I went to a boxing match and a fight broke out. Right now, Harrison with the reach advantage, the height advantage, is not utilizing any of the tools that he has. Torres is walking in aimlessly and landing combinations, landing punches, landing right hands. Right now, Harrison is in the wrong kind of fight for himself.
Yet, with that being said, that should mean that Torres would be out in front of the scorecards, but that's not how you're seeing it.
Unofficially, of course, I have it scored 49-47. I got Harrison actually winning by 2 points, but Josh is coming back. He's coming back.
So the point being that you can make it harder on yourself than you need to be. You can fight the other guy's fight, but you can still win that fight. Even though you're fighting his fight, you can still take it.
True, I've seen it happen many, many times before. Even me, I've done it myself. But why make an easy fight hard? That's the question mark at the end. You take unnecessary punishment. You get hit. He got a cut now, Dustin Hoffman. So now he's got some issues that he's got to deal with besides winning the fight.
Well, this is why most of the time we see trainers, they have gray hairs.
Exactly, my trainer included.
you put a few there.
He always told me that. He always said that.
And of course, from their perspective, where they're watching the fight, stay outside, jab, double jab, move your feet, make it easy, and the fighters see a different story in there.
Yeah, what's funny is, as a fighter, you want to be entertaining, you want to be explosive, you want to give the fans what they want, but you're not trained to do that. So what happens is, they give your trainers gray hairs. So what happens is, like I said, right now, fighters like to fight, and that's what they're doing. They're fighting. They're letting it all hang out. That's the rule.
Left hook by Harrison, then Torres squares up and doubles up.
Harrison's making this very competitive fight, I'll tell you. And it's amazing because you would think 17-0 with 10 knockouts that Harrison would be able to keep Torres off him. None of his punching powers are working right now.
That's some good matchmaking too. They got the idea that let's put these guys in and let's see which guy can negate the other guy's style.
Well, it's all about styles and fights. All about styles.
You got 10, you got 10. Let's ring the bell.
Come on, stool! Josh, pick it up just like that, a little bit more, go more to the body, up to the top, okay? Pick it up. Are you tired? Okay then, let's show him. Hey, he's slowing down. He's slowing down. Let's go. Pick it up. You're standing right in front of him and waiting for him to throw at you. You throw. Okay. Forwards.
guy leans in, hits him with a right uppercut and check hook. Right uppercut, check hook, turn him in on your hands.
Here we take a look at Torres being the attacker, being the aggressor, landing combination, smothering the space of Harrison. Here we take another look at Torres landing punches, Harrison allowing him on the inside. He's taking advantage of every opportunity that he
Get
gets.
the water up here. Thank you.
So we head into the late rounds of the fight now. And Dusty Harrison, a little
Up his head.
intrigue.
Punch out, punch
Yeah, we
out,
saw him
punch
getting a
out.
little tired in that last round, and Torres pouring on the aggression. This is now the longest fight for Dusty Harrison's career, and he's got to go 4 more rounds.
Well, Dusty Harrison has to learn how to throw his combination, step to the right or left. He wants to fight today. You can see it. He's not moving, he's not running. He started off sticking and moving. Now he wants to stand in front of Josh Torres and fight his fight. So that's exactly what you know to say, right? You come for what you come to get, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now, how about the pacing factor and the rounds, the stamina factor for Harrison? Said never been 6, and you're asking him to go 10. That's a big jump,
Well,
as opposed to going 8.
I'm sure he's a condition for it. I'm sure they trained for the 10 rounds, knowing that Torres is tough. So it's just a matter of longevity, and it's a matter of persistence, and a matter of who wants this fight more right now. Because right now, I got Josh gaining altitude right now.
Off his head. Watch that elbow. Watch that elbow.
Against a fighter who's in new territory the rest of the way. So that makes kind of an interesting storyline that we'll follow over the next 4 rounds.
Get out. Get that hand out there. Don't keep it out there.
You know, both of these guys have a lot of attrition right now, so I'm waiting for somebody to go to the body. You actually take a lot of gas. There it goes. Josh Torres just threw a body shot. Maybe he heard me from ringside. I don't know, but
Don't push.
the body shots is where you need to go right now. Torres is going strictly to the body.
He blocks the shot by Harrison, which would have denied him entry. So he gets on the inside.
Now he's starting to move his head. He got hit with a good right hand there, but he's moving his head.
Harrison finding some room and trying to make more. Well, he was wide open when he wound up for that left hook.
Yes, Harrison needs room. He's got those long arms. He needs room. Inside, now he's found some room. He's starting to tee up a little bit, but he's got to be very careful of Josh Torres because he sets him up.
Well, they both landed some good shots, but I think I'd rather have the ones Harrison threw because they were more visible to the judges.
Definitely, but is that enough to win a round? That's the question mark. You know, remember, we got a 3-minute round.
Go, come on,
So for 10 seconds, maybe Harrison had his moment, but the rest of the round he didn't.
So you're going to put this one in the books for Torres as you score it.
I think I'm going to go dead even, to really tell you. You
Okay.
know, because I'm starting to think
10 seconds. You got 10.
back and forth.
It's for the bell. We'll punch it after the bell.
Let's go then. Pick it up. Hey, he's slowing down, Josh. You need to, even if you're not in the mark, touch. I am. Let's do it a little more. Hey, if you stand in front of him 3 seconds without throwing, you're standing there too long.
When you touch the body, you're not shooting up. It's wide open.
Remember how you did brochures? Non-stop throwing? That's what I want from now to round 10. Come on, Josh. Go in with the jab. Stick that jab, though. Don't stick it. You know how to stick that jab. Stick that jab. Stick it. Hey, when you're throwing that, you're letting it. Water. When you put this combination, stick it.
Yep.
Come on, Josh.
So.
Well, here you take a look at one great right hands by Harrison. He lands a shot, no comeback to the hook. There's another look at the right hand again. And see Harrison lands a great right hand. No effect on Torres, though.
Into round 8 we go now. Dusty Harrison on the right of your screen now, the taller fighter. Josh Torres, the appropriately named Pitbull as far as his style here.
He's fighting a little bit close like that. He's got to be more tenacious, though. When he has opportunities, he's got to take even better advantage of it. You know, you got to take the fight. You know, you heard the term, I got to take the fight out of the dog. Or take the dog out of the fight. That's a turn. Right now, Torres' corner believes that Harrison is slowing down. Harrison just chose to fight the kind of fight that Torres wants to fight. So that's what really has happened here.
Yeah, he's fighting the other guy's fight, not able to keep him off with the jab, so he decides to stand and fight himself. And that last round was interesting because you talk about what Torres was doing on the inside, and yet what Harrison was doing, he had the better shots that were visible. So now they have to weigh which ones counted more. And it's going to be an intriguing round situation to score these rounds.
It's always, in fights, it's always effective aggression when fights. It's what the judges are like. If the judges like aggression, they're both standing there punching. But it's, well, who's forcing the action? Is Torres forcing the action, or is Harrison forcing the action?
And Harrison forced that one, a nice right hand down the chute.
Harrison's showing that he's more than just a boxer right now. He's showing that he's a good fighter. This is fighting. I don't think it's good for him to do it, but he's doing it.
And you look at where Harrison has that left hand. And that's not in the classic spot where you think a guy is setting a trap. This is now fatigue measuring him.
Yeah, well, you're fighting Torres fight, so it's going to take a little more out of you. Plus the first time you're going to go 10 rounds. So that's going to take a little bit out of you. So you live and learn, right? And right now I hope you don't learn the hard way.
Yeah, learn with a W.
Exactly. Don't learn with an L because it's not good for you.
Even if you learn with a D, a draw, that's not too bad.
Well, right now it's getting very close. I have the fight 68, 67 unofficially, of course, and I got my man getting a little close. I got Josh getting a little bit close to Harrison on the scorecard right now.
And it was Harrison who got the quick start. And it's been Torres who's been closing since then.
It's for the bell.
And don't go all out on this round. We're a little bit tired on that round. Okay. But we're going to close the show on that round. We are going to close the show the next round. How you feeling? You good? Yeah. You're looking great. Guys, let's talk about it. Last thing we need to do is slip and call it not down or any of that bullshit. You go ready? It's all right. You went down.
If you look at here, Harrison going combinations a little close to Josh Torres, landing effectively, but no reaction out of Torres. Here, look at it again. Another combination again. Another combination, landing. Good, effective shots.
Okay, 9th round action. Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres. It's for the WBC welterweight youth title. It's a fight that had distance stamped on it from the beginning, and that's how these guys have gone. Harrison started quickly, Torres rallying, and Harrison may be fighting him off.
Well, Harrison now is boxing the way he should have boxed earlier. You know, stick and move, stick and move. He's built for that, has a long jab, stick and move. He don't have to be in a battle. There we go, great combination on the outside, 1-2. Now he's fighting the way he should have been fighting the whole time.
Here comes Harrison as Torres now joins him in the category of fighting in virgin territory. Torres has 8 as his longest fight, and this is the first time he's gone beyond that. Harrison, 6 was his longest, and he's found some second wins right now.
He's actually fighting better than he's fought probably in the past, in the later rounds. So this guy might be a kind of fighter that in the late rounds he performs a lot better. Sometimes fighters do that.
Yeah, the idea of smelling the finish line, so to speak.
Well, right now he's finishing pretty strong. He's right now giving Torres a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties, got him bleeding from the nose.
And look at this movement. Where was that before? But he found it at the right time.
He did it later than early.
Push.
He's conservative with his energy, probably. This might have been his game plan. Beautiful movement, left and right. He's punching and stepping around. Beautiful movement.
And now as Torres tries to close ground, he's got to work a lot harder at doing that.
Up his head, break, let him go.
Yeah, but when you got a guy chasing you, trying to land combinations, it makes them more tired.
And it wasn't that long ago that Torres found Harrison right in front of him. Now
Keep your head up.
he has to try to hunt him down for every opportunity.
Yeah, right now, style change is very good. I always said in boxing, punches don't win fights, styles do. And this is a style that he needed to do earlier. Oh, beautiful movement, great hand speed now, reflexes, everything. Now he's starting to bust up Torres' nose and the mouth. Right now, Torres running into a few problems.
And if you're Harrison, you will know that if this holds up, that you found yourself in the middle of this fight and you were able to change course
Up his head.
at a
Got
key
10,
time.
got 10.
It's all part of the
For bell.
growing and maturing process for these young fighters as we come to the end of round 9.
For the bell. Punch out, punch out. All right.
Hey, throw it. You have 1 round. Let's go, Josh. Hey, I know you're tired. You're not tired. Go for it. Come on. Hey, you're standing in front of him. Hey, make it ugly this time. This round, make it ugly. Hey, make that fucking ugly. You gotta make this little bitch ugly. Suck in, suck in. That's not it. That's not air. Hey, you need it going.
All I'm wondering, don't make the mistake to get caught. Stay tight and on there. Well, shot you will right now. You know, drink? Lock in. You can't rest.
This is 10th round, right?
He has no idea.
Seconds out.
Boxing fans, for the WBC Youth Welterweight title, this is the 10th and final round.
Final round action underway. Dusty Harrison and Josh Torres for the WBC Welterweight Youth title. I'm Dave Bontempo along with Kevin Kelly. And we're at the theater at Madison Square Garden, where Torres, sort of understanding his plight that he has to rally here, trying to make it a fight again.
Whoa. Let's go. Go rest.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I got the fight right now. I got it. Harrison leading by 3 rounds. Right now, Harrison got to really watch himself. He's getting caught in the exchanges by Josh Torres. Torres is actually winning this round right now.
We heard a foreshadowing of this
Let the hands go.
between rounds 8 and 9 in the corner of Harrison. They said, we will close the show. Like, don't overexert yourself in round 9. We will close the show in round 10. And they poured into him that he has to come out like gangbusters in round 10, but that's not working the best for him.
No, right now it looks like Torres is initiating the action, body shots, head shots, over and over. Harrison is starting not to throw punches at all. He's loading up with 1 big punch. He's not even landing that no more. So right now, I mean, he's ahead on scorecards as far unofficially, of course, but let me tell you, you never know what the judges are looking at.
Well, if
Punch out, protect yourself.
if Torres, since it's fun to speculate, if Torres would take the round and he gets nailed here, then you could go back to some earlier rounds that were close that you might have scored for Harrison and see if this fight would change.
Well, here Harrison coming on late in the round 10, showing great durability later on in the round, landing hooks, landing combinations. You know, it's almost argumentative who's winning this round because you got Josh winning the first half and you got Harrison winning the second half.
And 1 more minute to decide this round.
Stop.
5 shots by Torres, most blocked, but it still looks like he's forcing the action. Now Harrison takes his turn.
Watch out. Break.
The corner of Harrison did a nice job keeping the cut at bay, which he suffered in round 3.
It's amazing they kept it at bay with him fighting the way he's fighting right now. On the inside where he shouldn't be, but a cut can open up wider.
Guys are both tired, but when it's over, they'll both know they made the leap into 10-round company. That's gratifying.
It's for the bell.
So these guys show the vitality and sometimes the inexperience of youth, and that's fine because they're fighting for the youth title.
Makes a lot of sense.
Harrison thinks he did enough. Of course, when they stand up like that, Kevin, you get the sense they're hoping they did enough.
Hoping. They'll fight like that back and forth. You don't know who did enough. On my scorecards, I got it 98, 94 for Harrison. I think he did a little bit more at the end of the round. Here we take a look at Torres. Okay, landing good shots on the inside, almost knocking down Dusty Harrison.
That would have been huge for him.
Oh, huge. We could have won around. Here we look at it again. Nice little combinations of landing. Boom. Overhand right. Torres could look like he went around in those 2 episodes, but guess what? I don't have him winning that round.
All right, that's what makes boxing the sport as it is.
Controversy.
Different opinions.
Controversy.
You see it one side, I see it another way.
What do you have?
So the ref will bring the fighters together. Here's Joe Antonacci.
Boxing fans, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Frank Lombardi scores the bout 100 to 90, while judges John McKay and Tony Paolillo both score at 98 to 92, all for your winner and the new WBC Youth Welterweight Champion, Arthur Dusty Harrison.
So Dusty Harrison gets it done and captures the youth championship.